Thank you, Jeff. So when talking about another exciting initiative, from an ATC point of view, this is pretty exciting to me because I wish I could go back and operate under this new environment. So we're going to talk today about the establish on RNPAR, which is the acronym used is EOR. So you will hear that going forward a lot, I believe, worldwide about this particular initiative as it will spread. So basically, what is EOR? What's NRPAR? It's a new ICAO standards. It's definitely to be used in simultaneous independent parallel operation, and it really leveraged the RNP capability. And in addition to that, it allows for the cancellation of a high and low structure in a terminal environment. And if there's any terminal controller in this room, you will understand that this 1,000 feet real estate in a highly complex and dense terminal is gold, is very crucial depending on the traffic situation. So why did we do this? Basically, multiple reasons, and they're all interconnected, and hence safety. No doubt about that, as you will see in a very short future. Reduction in some of the phraseology, clear and predictable path for both knowledge from an ATC point of view and a pilot conducting point of view. They resulted GHG emission reduction because of shorter trajectory, real profile, descent, no speed adjustment, or unnecessary speed adjustment because of vectoring techniques. Again, reducing the noise capability, the noise issue, mainly because the RNP precision give you the ability to bring aircraft to very designated points. You can bring them over a park, over industrial area, golf course area, if you have the ability to do so. And definitely from an industry point of view, because of all the benefit, tremendous support. So how did we go about this? This particular venture started about 7 years ago, and we really started with Dr. Sheila Conway from Boeing, and we closely worked with her because you can only imagine when you're talking about simultaneous independent parallel operation on an RNP procedure where you have two aircraft turning towards each other, some of the challenges that we had to face were a TCAS, TARA situation. If the algorithm was not built properly, it could have caused some issues, but Dr. Conway expertise and the efforts and the tenacity of the team that work on that really solve all of these issues, and we have a clear demonstration of that. We also work very closely on the ICAO separation and airspace safety panel. This is really the panel that sanctioned the procedure and recommend from an ICAO perspective that it is suitable to be conducted and safe to be conducted. We also did a multiple presentation and joint presentation. We work with a different partner, Air Service Australia, Eurocontrol, our friend from Germany, DFS, DSNA, and the FAA deeply involved in the process as well. So that was really a multiple ANSPs and expert collaboration. So basically, how it works, I'm going to run this video and comment either through it or shortly after it. But this video will show you a 20-minute condensed period where on an arrival rate at the Calgary airport that was set during that day because of the environmental condition and the airport layout accessibility, the arrival rate was set at 54 with RNP, AR, EOR being in effect. And I'll brief you. The two red dots that you see on the screen are really the entry points of the non-RNP equipped aircraft, which we normally would vector in these areas to maintain separation. So as you can see, some are coming from a southeast-southwest arc, direct point. Others were coming downwind, joining the arc RNP. and you can take a look at some of the turns and the discontinuation of the altitude restriction, so no high and low. So the first time our control staff was operating under this environment, they were pretty amazed and excited at the same time that this was happening. So in that particular video, for a 20-minute period, there was 18 arrivals. And for these 18 arrivals, only 4 were vectors. So if you know any terminal controller out there, if you have to vectors 20 aircraft, that's 20 times minimum 4 to 5 transmission for vectoring, altitude change, speed adjustment, and so on. So quite impressive that during that period of time, there was X number of aircraft did not require any of that. So before we made the change for RNPAR, EUR to be happening, we were running RNP approaches on the range of about 1,000 approach a month. Shortly after implementing the new procedure, we went all the way to 3,000. I was told yesterday, checking back, we're going to probably reach 4,000 soon. And you see the savings there. So from an operator point of view, how can you not support this? And to that effect, we were informed again yesterday, one of our main regional carrier, starting January of next year, will train and equip the Q400 aircraft because they realize the fuel-saving benefits. Out of the savings there, we were projecting 132 million Canadian dollars saving by the end of 2020. So before I go to the global impact, we heard this morning about the HPM and the effect, and we heard as well that people create safety. But what does that mean, people create safety? Well, the analogy I can put together with this particular presentation is really around the fact that if people create safety, and you as a leader of these organizations, you implement some technology and procedure, what is the resulting equation of that? Well, in this particular case, is you have given back to the controller attentional resources. That's what you've done, because they don't have to pay attention to the vectoring, to the altitude, to the speed restriction. And that is what people create safety for, because you're giving back the attentional resources to your control staff to tasks or complete tasks that are more risk-based or more critical in a terminal environment. So if we're talking about people create safety, keep that in mind. The more you give attentional resources to your people, the safer you're going to be. The global impact, and a lot of other major airports are really paying attention to that. We know that some other airports in the world are intending to implement this new procedure. Charles de Gaulle came and visited Calgary not too long ago and spent some time with our control staff to get a feel of how they could implement. And don't be influenced by some of the skeptical out there that are relating the procedure to equipage rate. You can have a very low equipage rate and still gain some benefits if you have some creativity and bring RNP on one runway instead of parallels. And that concludes my presentation.
Thanks, Larry. You could see he was not going to allow me to forget the question for a second time. So again, final chance, please. Any questions for Larry on his presentation or points? Brigadier Jefferson. Thank you. We'll bring a microphone to you. Thank you.
Congratulations for this project, but what's the minimum distance for introduce this project? Between the runway, the minimum distance from
distance.
In actual fact, that's a very good question, because in this particular Calgary operation, we have 2,000 meters between the parallel runways, and with a 0.3 nautical mile containment on the RNP, you can operate it. If the parallel runway were closer together, with a 0.1 containment, you can reduce that parallel distance. So it's a question of the containment value of the RNP that you're going to use.